congratulations, Rebecca. That's a fantastic result to get a podium in the Nationals.
Yeah.
And also on the dream bike.
I know, on the dream bike.
Yeah.
I think I'm on the podium because of that bike. You know, I'm on the podium by 1 second to Isla Gardner, who I would have certainly put on the podium. Today, I thought realistically a top 5.
Yeah.
Outside chance a podium, a third. I never thought first or second because it's not my kind of climb. It's too short, it's too steep.
Too short? 4 minutes?
Yeah, I know. I like about sort of 7 to 10 minutes, I think. You know, suits me. And we knew that I couldn't get out of the saddle because I think I've said this before. I go backwards when I go out of the saddle. Everyone propels forwards. And today it just, you know, suited me because everybody talked about having a lot of wheel slip. Me and Rick, I can't thank Rick enough. He worked on this bike all week. We changed all the gearing so that I could actually ride in the saddle, whatever the outcome. And then today, with all the wheel slip and everything people were experiencing, I was able to stay in the saddle, 80 RPM, you know, keeping my wheels turning, tapping it out, and I think I did like 30 seconds faster than any recon I've done, which I just, just amazing.
Well, it's an iconic climb, and it had, as Andy was just saying to me, pretty much an iconic crowd.
Oh my gosh, you don't even know what the crowds are going to be like because the weather today was appalling, so there was no way I was going to get out on the hill until I actually did the run. And then as soon as he turned that corner, the crowds were insane. Considering it's pouring with rain, freezing cold, it was just lined with people all the way up. And then when you get to the top section, you can't even see the road. It's about 50 to 70 yards of wall to wall of people, and then when you're in this tunnel, the shouting was amazing, and I really fed off the crowds today. Yeah, I really fed off them. Yeah.
Best result of the hill climb season?
Without a doubt. Yeah, because the favourites are there. You know, I've had some amazing wins this year, but to be up there with Bifta and Mary and to have beaten some amazing hill climbers like Frances Owen and Isla.
She's won some great races. She's been
setting some incredible times this year. Today was going to be one of those days where if you weren't on your A game, if the conditions weren't something you were comfortable with, if you had the wrong tyre pressure, there's so many factors today that could have come into play. If it had been a dry, still day, watts per kilo would have just been the case, but everything mattered. For example, I noticed I was one of the only competitors who stayed fully dressed, looking all this stuff, a minute to go. So the organisers were like, "Come on, get your stuff off, And I was like, no, and I just waited because it was so cold. As soon as you stripped down, you didn't, you just wanted to go. So I think all those things helped me today.
Everything came together.
Yeah.
And it must be great for you going into the event with Brother sponsoring the event and you being sponsored by Brother. That's a fantastic result for both of you.
Yeah. I always, when I put on the Brother kit and when I sort of stand there on the line, I always have this feeling of, I feel honoured to wear the kit because Brother do so much for the sport. And to be there and be an ambassador for Brother,
such a big company.
Such a big company, and what Phil does to the sport, he gave money to winners to this event to help the event because the organisers, they needed to give something back to the communities. Winnets would never have got a closed road had they not had that funding. So, it was brilliant. Yeah, really good.
You've done a few road races also this year, so it's been a long year.
As the year goes through, you don't really see it, but when you look back on the year, you think, I've done quite a bit actually. I was ready for a break. This week, I just started fading. I felt but that's what a taper is. Everyone's taper's different, but for me, I start getting really low because you're not training, so you're not endorphins aren't there. Last night, I had fish finger sandwiches, chocolate fudge cake, jelly babies, and we watched the old blockbusters.
Yeah.
And actually, I was there, and I was thinking, I'm actually really happy. And all my family came today to support me. My mum, my dad. That's the first time my dad's come to a nationals. I've got 2 of my 6 sisters here, and knowing that they're all going to be on the hill, I felt like really, really happy.
Well, credit to them for putting
Yeah.
up with those conditions.
I know, and I said to them earlier in the week, it's going to be terrible weather, don't feel you need to come, and that they all wanted to be there. It just gave me that extra spur to it was really good.
Enjoy being on the podium later.
Thanks, Larry. Bye.